Arcana here, and I'm bringing you a quick video about Safi Weapons, the age of the single meta build. Okay, let's jump into this. Now, just a couple disclaimers. This is my opinion, so don't hate me if you don't like it. Anyways, so why am I making this video? Well, I want to talk about the Safi weapons after the close of the Safijiva siege and why I think that these builds are now moving more towards single build sets for the current meta. Now, I am not a data miner. I do not mine data, but this is my opinion on why we should do it this way. Let's start off real quick with just some builds. Note, I do not have any of the specific hammer or builds, but I'm going to go over basically a couple builds here with you to kind of explain why I think it's moving in this direction. Now, let's start off with bow. So bow generally is going to have this build from here on out. You basically want Silver Rathalos Essence and All Element on your Safi bow. This is for any of the elemental bow builds. Next, you're going to have 3 Silver Rathalos pieces. This allows you to get that 4-piece of true critical element. Next, you're going to run the Kieran Jacket and Gargaruga Greaves to max out your critical eye. Now, what this does is that it allows you to socket in Tenderizer Jewels, and this allows you to get Spread 2. Now, this build is going to be universal across all bows, all elemental bows, sorry. So, Silver Rathalos in this is by far the best elemental build right now. Now, if you notice, all I have to do is switch out my weapons and build complete. Next, let's talk a little bit about melee weapons. So the Safi weapons dropped these pretty epic stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over to longsword here. Longsword build. Right now, this is generally what I feel like is potentially one of the better builds, but this is my opinion. Now, keep in mind that you get 3 levels of attack increase and sharpness increase. This increases your sharpness to purple. Normally what you want to do is use the Shatter Blades because that is blast damage. Now the way you build this is you use the Kaiser Crown, the Rex Roar Mail, the Kaiser Vamp Braces, the Kaiser Coil, and the Gargaruga Greaves. This gives you your 3 weakness exploit and gives you critical eye 4, allowing you to socket in 3 critical eye. And then Handicraft Charm for that additional sharpness. This by far is going to be your build literally for nearly everything. These are the armor pieces you're going to use non-stop. So if I switch this out real quick to, say, my Greatsword build, right? So what this does is that this build gives you that Teostra technique on all your raw melee weapons. As you saw on my on my longsword, it is that way. So this, what this does is that it says prevent your weapon from losing sharpness during critical hits. Basically, what you want to do is be hitting critical hits 100% of the time, and you're guaranteed at least nearly all the time that your sharpness will not deplete. Period. So this just makes it so you stay at purple sharpness and have that multiplier non-stop. Of course, you know, you got your critical eye, your critical boost, and everything in here. This is going to be universal across all sets, so we're moving into an age where really you just build one set of armor and you pretty much have everything you need. Let's look at the Insect Glaive real quick, which is another weapon I use. Once again, we're going to see that I'm wearing the Kaiser Crown, the Rex Roar Mail, the Kaiser Vamp Braces, the Kaiser Coil, and the Gargaruga Greaves. At purple sharpness almost indefinitely and will be the highest damage output that you can get. And this is pretty much going to be universal across all melee weapons. Don't quote me on that 100% because dual blades obviously are not raw weapons, they are elemental, so you go with the elemental Silver Wrath build. But for the most part, most melee weapons that rely on raw damage, this is going to be most likely the outcome, and you're going to see it very commonly. Anyways, guys, that is my feelings on it. We're moving into an era where mixed builds, or just using regular armor sets, you know, is fine if that's how you want to play. Play the way you want to play. Play for fun. But these builds will give you the maximum damage output that you can deal. And make sure that you stay at your purple sharpness. Once again, guys, this is just my feelings on it. You don't have to play like I do. You don't have to play with max deeps. You don't have to do that. You can play simply for having fun. Make your character look the way that you want. Anyways, guys, those are my feelings right now, is that we're moving into an era where, you know, one build encompasses all weapons. And now I'm going to talk a little bit about, is that a good thing or bad thing? It depends on your point of view. If you are a poor hunter and just getting into Iceborne and stuff, then it's a really good thing. It means that you only have to build one set and you're covered. For richer hunters and hunters that don't want to follow that method, build what you want. Spend your materials on what you want. No one should stop you from doing that. I think that it's a good thing for starting up hunters, but not necessarily a good thing for more experienced hunters who want to mix up their sets. Now, keep in mind, I'm only covering the elemental and the raw weapons, because personally, I do not have enough experience with bowguns to really give a speculation on what their sets are, because they're kind of different if you're using the Safi. So, Safi Aqua Shot or Burst Cannon. But for the most part, I see this being very common, that these are the builds that people are going to play with. And I think that you're going to see a lot of it when you're playing. If you're playing in a team, if you see it's going to be dishing out the most damage and be most efficient at it. If you see something else, maybe they're just playing for fun, and that is fine. But check out these builds. Build it yourself. Tell me what your experience is in the comments below. Don't be like, hey, Dratta, that's a terrible build. Because I don't think it is. But once again, play the game you want to play. Play the game the way you want to play. Games are for fun, right? So anyways, guys, those are my builds, and my feelings on it is that it is both a good and bad thing. There is no plus or minus to it. The only bad thing about it is that it really cuts out some of the other armor sets, which I think is a disappointment to the game. It really makes a lot of the armor sets really not as special and not really usable. I would like to see it where it gets balanced out, where every armor set is viable in the meta, because I think that would be a better system. But, you know, Capcom's going to build this the way that they want to, and we're looking at very much for a specific type of play style, for a specific type of weapon, we're going to see universally one armor combination. So anyways, guys, I hope you liked the video. Subscribe if you want to subscribe. Like the video if you want to like. Or tell me your feelings about this, moving into a single set game where you build one set and then that's it. You know, you don't build another set, period. Let me know in the comments and below how you feel about that. Is this a good or bad thing for the game? Let me know. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and check out my Patreon. Link will be in the description. And check out my Discord, where I have my community Discord. You can chat with me anytime. Anyways, guys, see you guys in the next video. Bye.